is 4.1, day 1, part 2. We're going to go ahead and find the complementary and supplementary given this angle of 45 degrees. So we already graphed 45 degrees. So I'd say kind of your choice if you want to write this one down. We'll do a couple of them. So what quadrant did we say the angle falls in? What quadrant is this?
1.
Quadrant 1. Here's our initial. There is our terminal. There is our angle. What would be its complementary? What other angle must add to give us 90? Another 45. Here is 90 degrees. So 45 degrees. So probably your math teacher in geometry said is take 90 degrees and subtract 45, and you get what you're left with, which is 45 degrees. All right, let's talk about the supplementary. What is going to be the supplementary? 135. I'm sure your math teacher said the same thing. Take 180 degrees, subtract out your 45, and what are you left with? 135 degrees. This is 180 over here. So there is complementary and supplementary. I think we'll skip that one. Are you comfortable with complementary, supplementary? Okay, let's go on to coterminal angles. Coterminal angles is a new concept for you in this class. So we give you an angle of 30 degrees, and we want you to find a coterminal angle that has a positive angle measure and a negative angle measure. So it's a good idea to probably graph this out, to kind of visualize it, and then we will go out and find a coterminal angle, positive and negative. So here's our initial size. This is 90 degrees. We would split quadrant 1 up into what? A third. Probably about there. There is our theta of 30 degrees. Now, what you want to do, the easiest way I think, is to just go ahead and add another revolution. What a revolution means is add another 360 degrees, and you'll be back at this terminal side. So how that would look in the red is I would go around one time, that's 360, and I have to add how much more? 30 more. So then this would be, we'll call this theta 2 if you want to. So you take 360 plus 30 is 390 degrees. Could there be more possible positive angle measures? Could you add another revolution? You could if you wanted to. And you'd have to add 360 and 360 and 30. Now let's talk about the negative for that. So I'll just change colors to green. So we're going to start at the same initial side of 0 degrees, but now we're going to go backwards. We're going to go in a clockwise direction. So we're going to go down and around, and we want to end up at that terminal side. So what angle is that? It has to be a negative. What is that angle? Negative 330. Yep. That's negative 360. And you're going to take away 30, right? Negative 330. And that's how you can find a negative. If you wanted to go another revolution, you could take that and subtract another 360 from it. All right, let's do one more of these, and I think this is the finish of our lesson, yes. All right, find two coterminal angles here. So we we give you an angle measure that's now in the negative. We want to find a positive and a negative coterminal. What quadrant will this be in? Fourth, yep. So here's our initial sign. If this is negative 90 degrees down here, I'm going to split that quadrant up into how many pieces? Probably 3, and you want to go 2/3 of the way. Probably about there. Here's our angle measure of negative 60 degrees. So let's talk about how do you find the angle measure if it's positive. What would you do to find a positive coterminal angle? We're going to start at the initial. Now which way are we going to go? Counterclockwise. We're going to end up right there at the terminal side. How many degrees is that blue angle? 300. Yes. It's 360. Taking away a 60-degree piece gives us 300 degrees. Is a possible answer. All right, negative angle. How do you find a negative coterminal angle? We're going to start here and go which direction? Clockwise around 1 time. So now we're at 360. We're going to go 60 more. So what is the total of that angle? Negative 360. Another 60 more. Gives us negative 420 degrees. All right, that wraps up our lesson for today. In your assignment, we're jumping to problem 50. The first 49 problems are things that we haven't covered yet. They're jumping right into radian measure, and we're not going to teach you that until tomorrow. So it might be a good idea if you finish this assignment early today, is to look ahead in the textbook on the other topics you're going to learn the next 2 days. So your assignment is page 270 to 5370 even.